a leader to trust and to help them succeed. Oh, let's ride some horses, that look in their eyes. So saddle me up and let's go for a ride.
Ernie, thank you so much for having us on Better Horses TV. It's such a blessing to have you here with us today. It's always fun to have you here, and one of these days we're going to get you on one of our horses for one of these tips. But today I've got Colt and our Barrel Prospect Piper. What we're going to be talking about today is the idea or the concept of patience. Now, Colt's got a little exercise he's going to play around here with to get this mare where she'll side up to him a little bit where he can crawl on. He's not very tall, his stirrups are pretty short, so it's hard for him to reach. It's like he's crawling up a ladder to get on there from the ground, so he likes to get on from the fence. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do, Colt. What you normally do is you just bring this horse over to the fence and you ask her to step up here underneath you, but here's what I want you to do now. You see where she's standing right now? I want you to use this stick and I want you to put it on in your right hand and send this mare way over here and then switch hands with it. If your hand isn't, if I'm in your way, then you hand it to me and then I'll move her back. We're going to move her back and forth a couple times just to get her feet freed up. And then we will ask her to come over to the fence. Go ahead and use your stick. There you go. Go ahead and swing your stick over there. So you've done this enough to where she thinks that she ought to just step right over to the fence right there, but she's kind of stuck. There you go. There you go. Okay, that's all right, that's all right. Go ahead and move her back again. Good job. Move her back. When she gets over there this time, you be quiet. Use your stick and get her up as close as you can to the fence. Now listen, young man, every time that mare takes a step forward, you got to be quick with your release, okay? There you go. Okay, I'll hold your stick. Put some pressure, release. You got to release quick every time that mare takes a step forward or she's going to get really heavy in your hand, okay?
Okay.
Okay, go ahead and lead her forward again. So Ernie, I had Colt up here on the fence a little bit ago. He was getting this mare where he could get on her so he could go work her. And it took him about 25 minutes to get her to where he had her where he wanted her. And during those 25 minutes, I took some pictures. I come over and I talked to him. I was just trying to help him and encourage him. Because one of the hardest things for all of us is to understand the importance of patience. And I know when I was Colt's age and I was around horses, I had people speaking into my life and they were teaching me about techniques and they were teaching me about feel and timing and they were showing me where to put my hands. They were showing me all that kind of stuff. But I didn't really have anybody talking to me about the importance of patience. And as I was watching Colt on the fence earlier today, I noticed that was the biggest thing he was struggling with, wasn't it, Colt?
Yes.
So I was just trying to make sure that I stayed close enough just to keep reminding him. You know, sometimes when you're training a horse, you don't want that horse to find the option that you're asking for right off the bat. Sometimes you want that horse to maybe go check out some other options, maybe take a little bit longer to get there, just so you can discourage some of the things that you don't want. If my horse always steps right into the first thing that I ask every time, okay, I'm gonna pick my stick up just a little bit here and say, you gotta move somewhere, hun. There we go. Now rest right there. Just rub on her for a second. A guy really wants to get impatient right here. You know, down the road, he'll take this stick and he'll reach up over this horse's back and he'll tap her on her right hip to get her to step her hip over, or he could just later on down the road just pick his stick up and she'd side pass right over to the fence. But at this stage, I just want him to operate off some feel through his lead line here of his Makati rein. And I'm just trying to stay here and say, hey, just keep working, just keep helping, keep showing. Your chinks are kind of in the way. There you go, there you go. See, she kind of gets stuck, doesn't she? So if I spent more time moving her around, teaching her to not get her feet stuck, the idea of leading her up here underneath me would be a lot easier.
Yeah.
But sometimes, again, we'll get these horses right close to where we want them to be, and then we find ourselves, man, we really clamp down. We're really trying to get our horse where we want, and we're starting to get impatient, and it gets in the way of our horse. So Colt, I think what I see in you is so much just how I was when I was your age, and it's such a blessing to me to see you out here with these horses and see the talent and the balance and the feel and the fun that you have on these horses. I'm going to do my best to remind you, when I was your age, I struggled with patience. I struggled with not getting mad, okay? I'm going to help you be a better horseman than I was at your age just by reminding you of that idea. So Ernie, I think that's the best thing we can share with your viewers today, is this idea of patience. And if you got kids out there that you're working with, guys, you need to think about this. Be honest with them. Tell them about the struggles that you had, and just stay there and help them, encourage them, motivate them. Don't yell at them if they're not doing something right. So Ernie, thank you so much for being here today, letting us be a part of your show. If your viewers would like to see anything more about what we do, they can go to kerrycoon.com for more information. So thank you again, Ernie.